Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing Love Wins Life end of the year journal tag. Normally I do Melly Rose's version of this, but as of today when I'm filming it, this is a few days before New Year's Eve. She hasn't come out with anything yet. So I thought I would go ahead and do Lynn's version, which I will link in the description below, and I've seen a bunch of other people also do their own versions of this. So the first question is, what is your favorite journal of the year? Honestly, I would have to say it's my Christmas journal. I don't know, it's just like the happiest, most decorated journal out of all of these, I suppose. I think a close second though would be this star journal, because this was the last journal with a sense of normalcy to it. In this journal, this is when the pandemic really started to hit the US. Here, peak quarantine. Here, I was kind of like unsure of what to journal about. I was in a kind of journaling slump. But here, I don't know, I really enjoyed working in it. It was a lot of fun. So the next question is, what's your favorite spread of the year? And I would have to say it's this Grinch spread. I don't know, it's my most creative one, I suppose. I think it's really cute. I just wish that I made the string a little thinner to kind of match the picture. So the third question is, what supplies did you love this year? I loved using watercolor. You saw me use that a lot over the summer. I tried to dabble in it in my Christmas journal, but I'm just kind of afraid that the paper is a little too thin, so I didn't want to use it too often. But it's so fun to add some color to the pages. I see a lot of people use gelatos and stuff, but I don't know, I'm not going to pay for gelatos quite yet. So this is kind of a good substitute for that. You also saw me use these craft scissors a lot with like the different patterns. I like cutting, you know, scrap pieces of paper, scrapbook paper, and kind of adding a little character to the paper. So that was super fun. As for supplies I won't be using anymore, I can't really say that I have anything. I don't really think there's anything that I can complain about. So the next question is, what did you learn from keeping a journal through the pandemic? It was definitely hard to find motivation to write, especially during peak quarantine where there were lockdown orders, stay-at-home orders in the US. That has since been, you know, lifted for a couple of months now, but during that time in the summer, in the spring, there just wasn't really anything for me to write about. It was very monotonous, I guess. The only thing I would write about was COVID and the rising numbers. I live in New York, so the numbers were really bad in the spring. But besides COVID, I would just write about the simplest things. And I think that's what some people kind of forget when they journal. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. You don't have to do anything spectacular for it to be worthy of you writing about it. Write about what you ate for breakfast. Write about what you see outside your window. Write about the homework you're doing or the work you're doing. Taking seconds to record the simplest things in life honestly can mean the most. And even today, that's basically still what I write about, because I don't go out often. Sometimes I make trips to the stores, but other than that, I'm mostly at home. So I'm writing about things that I'm doing around the house. When I was at school in this journal and the beginning of this journal, I had a lot to write about because I was around a lot of people. I was able to do a lot of things, and so I had more to write about. But now, you know, I'm just writing about my day-to-day life at home. Another thing I learned is that you shouldn't force yourself to journal. If you're not in the mood, don't write. Otherwise, it's gonna become like a chore. I also worked in this journal this year, but I just didn't include it because it's not completed. I worked in it for a few days in July, and then I abandoned it because I just didn't like it. So I made this whole little page. It says abandonment. If you don't feel like writing, don't do it. Otherwise, again, it'll feel like a chore and you're just not gonna have that same interest anymore. And that's what I felt for a while when working in this journal. But I abandoned this journal once I didn't feel like writing it anymore, and slowly I gained my mojo back into writing throughout this journal, which I worked in for a very long time. I worked in this journal from July all the way through Halloween. So that was a few months. And look how thick it got. I still have to do a flip through for this, by the way. So the journal that I'm currently using, this is the next question, is still my Christmas journal. I'm going to wrap it up on New Year's Eve. Hopefully I'll be able to finish all the pages in the next couple of days. Probably not, but that's okay. It got pretty thick. I'm a one journal at a time kind of person. I don't like having multiple books. I tried that. I had a bullet journal. I had a regular journal, and then I had another book where I would just write other things, and it kind of got overwhelming. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it all in one book. As for the challenges that I faced in 2020, in regard to journaling this year, it's pretty much the same as what I learned. Definitely, again, losing mojo to write. But I think I kind of overcame that. So the next question is, what are your rough plans for 2021? I'm going to begin the year by working in this Michael's journal. I put up a poll on my Instagram and this one won. It has a cute elephant, says don't forget to dream. And it has lined paper, super cute. I love these Michael's journals. They're so fun. This one, this Galaxy Nebula one, is actually Michael's journal, and that was pretty fun to work in. And I used one other journal last year that was also from Michael's. Now I still have a couple of days to think about this, but I was also thinking of doing a year-long journal, kind of like a Fobonichi, I guess, where you do like a single page a day and it's really colorful and fills and stuff. I haven't, committed to it yet, but it's still a possibility. But yeah, there is my answers to the end of the year journal tag by Lovelin's Life. I hope that you all have a very happy and healthy 2021. Hopefully this year is a whole lot better for everyone than 2020 was. I hope you all stay safe, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Happy New Year.